to do. Steve Whitney.
Mr. Steve Whitney, the legend.
Mate, absolute G. You got all these mics on?
Probably not, actually. Boom, yeah.
Steve is in. Already loves it. You just like your face walks, it goes in. Let's get some love for Steve Whitney in the comments, please, and let's share these around the town. I mean, Steve Whitney, a year.
Man like Steve.
What's happened in the last year? Like, I don't like. Where do we even start?
It's a bit of a blur, really, isn't it?
So obviously last year you came and shared your story, and it was amazing that you would, and you did. But now it's about now. Now it's about now, Steve.
Yeah, it's I've become a bit of a go-to person, I think, when it comes to male mental health in and around St Neots. And I never say no. It's if Luke needs me to stand in, I'll stand in for him. And he and I have had conversations about, he now needs to get himself time, and he now needs to.
We've discussed it.
Well, I was listening in. And that's the first time in reality that I've actually heard you say.
Really?
It.
So you got to repeat. So you send it when it happens. Just record it.
That's
send it
it
on
for
voice
me.
note.
I'm not doing no more groups now.
We'll get your button like the no button.
That's it. Yeah. And then the man cave comes about. So Claire put the word out. So we've jumped on that.
So can you explain what that is?
So the man cave is a bit like the repair shop for men that need somewhere to go. It's a safe space for men to come and play with wood, play with push bikes, sit in a corner, drink tea, eat biscuits, do jigsaw puzzles. Come and do what you like. Come and do one of our projects, or they can bring their own, or they can just come and do nothing.
Chill.
What I love about the man cave, and it's not just for the, how can I put it politely, the elder generation, is it? It's for all ages. I know guys who are in their 30s and 40s have been coming down, and I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing that really has become apparent is that we've got people that have needed it and have come from nowhere. And then we've got the other groups for men to talk, walk and talk for men. There's a big influx, a big community thing there where those guys are coming along as well. We've had a youngster that struggled from nowhere over recent times, and he's putting himself in every situation he possibly can to improve his mental health and get himself back to where he was.
Yeah.
And he came to the cave and started creating Christmas decorations and stuff like that. It's the cave is very, very much in its infancy. It's true to say that we were naive in that we have thought that we'd get everything donated, and we have actually got to run it as a business. We've got to understand that we've got to create the funds to enable us to get the materials, to enable us to create the funds. Right? Simple logistics, very simple logistics. And that's a big plus point. I've got involved with Andy's Man Club. I'm a big supporter of Andy's Man Club. I don't mind admitting.
They're rocking.
Absolutely. About 117 groups countrywide now, and this evening they'll probably go through the 2,500 men.
Wow.
In those 117 groups.
Can I say also one of my favourite days of this year with Steve was with Andy's Man Club. Andy's Man Club over at Great Granston. We had a great day, didn't we?
Gransden show. There was a 3/4 of an hour slot there, wasn't there? Where the three of us, Gary Clark, Luke, myself, we were just sat there talking male mental health, our own, our experiences, and that would have probably been one of the best male mental health podcasts you would have ever listened to.
We did say that. I've got one as well.
Absolutely.
Just grab it there,
it was just amazing, and we got as much out of that as everybody else. The farmer that came and spoke to us and told us how the ram saved his life.
That was unbelievable. Yeah, but honestly, it was all about a ram that he was really struggling, and if it weren't for that ram who came up to him in his darkest day, he wouldn't have been here.
Yep.
It reminds me of the. I mean, you hear that a lot around animals.
Yeah.
And, but just whenever I hear that sort of story, I always think of Ricky Gervais and the dog.
Yeah, Afterlife.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Afterlife's a fantastic
I don't
program.
get time to watch telly. I'm too busy.
Yeah, you are, yeah.
And he does mind that all the time. Like, Alex, you in the way. You get busy, mate. This guy's
I know he
calendar's
is.
worse than mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've got
committed, man. You're committed.
I've got a great network. I've got a
Yeah.
lot of go-to guys.
You know if
Yeah.
you call the right people.
But one thing that I have got that the three of us in this room have got is I have got the most wonderful wife.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
You know, the three of us don't do what we do, right, without Hayley, without Christine,
Absolutely.
and without Fiona.
Yeah.
Fiona
amen.
is my rock.
Yeah.
Right? I go out to work in the morning. If I'm going out walking and talking, I just tell her what time I'm going to be back.
there's
It's
no
like
question.
today, sweetheart. You just sort your own dinner out, right? I'll get in when I get in, right? And I'll have what was left over from yesterday.
Dog biscuits.
Right, and she is absolutely huge, and she's picking up our leaflets, our
Yeah.
cards. She's taking them around the libraries. She's so
She's
behind
amazing.
what we do, and you know, without her,
Yeah.
right? And I'll look at the camera and tell her, sweetheart, I love you to bits. I really do appreciate.
That's
what
got
you
me
do."
going again.
Bless you, man.
Can you also explain what you did with Gary a couple of weeks ago at St Neots train station?
Yeah,
This is
Yeah,
important.
see that.
This is
Yeah.
this is very, very, very important.
So we simultaneously, I think the three of us all had a little communication between us.
Was this Andy's man?
Andy's
Yeah,
Man
Man Club,
Club for Men to Talk
Yeah.
and Walk and Talk for Men. We'd had the two fatalities at the station. There'd also been one at Sandy not so long before. And we felt like we wanted to do something, the three groups. So I went to the station. I've got the details of the controller, and she controls from Huntingdon down to Olsey.
Gosh, that sounds-
And I explained that, you know, what we do as voluntary groups, and is there anything we can do to help? And initially it was, well, we've got Samaritans. Right? It was all about Samaritans, and the individual groups and support that we could offer really wasn't in their remit. And then out of the blue, I got a phone call a couple of weeks later saying, look, we're doing an awareness campaign up at the station. Would you be able to pull something together?
Right.
So we did. We pulled the banners
Oh, you two
together.
did,
We
bless
got
you,
all the leaflets.
It
We
looks
got
sick.
the
I see it on
business
the photos.
cards.
It's amazing.
And as it
Well done.
happens, right, we were working alongside Samaritans, and they all turned up with these business card holders. They didn't have anything to put in them. Right? Yeah, they had a few cards
yeah.
that they could put in. Right? So of course we've got
Well,
Women
ours
Talk
in,
for Men, for Men to Talk, Andy's
Hang
Man
on
Club.
in there.
So everybody. But the amazing thing was that they bought the. It's not a community support group, but there's a support group. Yeah, and these are the guys that are doing all the surveying of the tracks for trespass.
Oh.
People are breaking through the
Fences.
the guards to get
Yeah.
to get to the to get onto the railway. They're the first responders if there's a fatality or something like that. So they're seeing it all. Right. We didn't have to give anything out. All we did was put them in the folders. They were at the top of the stairs, and every person that walked through there got one, or they got a snarl.
See the powerful.
it was
the powerful thing
unbelievable.
about that is it might not be that person who picked up that business card who
Whoever.
or business cards will need it. It'll be his mate or her mate, or you know, it's a domino effect. It's them again. It's like things like today. It's publicising our groups.
Yeah.
And you very kindly, put for Men to Talk on there because I couldn't make it. I was doing a meeting myself. But it's also we talked about that. We had an amazing conversation, like going back to Great Grandstand, because we said we aren't competitors.
No, it's not.
It's not about competitors. No, but we all had that sort of like, no,
Yeah, I
of
mean,
course
that
we're
world,
not.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of that in the charity, the CIC,
Yeah.
because everyone's competing for the same
we're
funding
not.
and blah blah blah. I don't see that. at
We
all.
just want to give out the more
Yeah, I get it.
options out there for men, for our benefit, for men to be able to be open and talk about their mental health, and giving them different options, give them some more opportunities to talk.
Just about Anthony was saying earlier, Anthony more talking about running, saying there's a load of different running
Yeah.
clubs.
Yeah.
If you want to go that one, go that one. Don't really care. Just get running.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what it's
And
about.
the concepts are absolutely they're the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same. You know, it's
How,
But,
how
you know.
proud are you, Steve, of yourself? Do you ever stop? Well, no. There's two questions there. Do you ever stop? Well, the answer is no. When you do stop for a moment, when you're waiting at a traffic light or something, do you ever remind yourself just how bloody
I
proud
can't
you
wait for this answer because he asked me this a lot.
Yeah, go on. I know, because he asked me. He asked everyone.
I'm me.
No, I didn't
No,
answer.
that's not the answer.
Get that no button.
Yes.
Press that red button.
Yes, of course I'm proud. Right? But I don't do it to be proud.
No.
You know, I suffered a huge tragedy in my life, a massive tragedy in my life, and I had a choice to make. Right, I either go with Will and become another statistic, or I try and get myself on the straight and narrow to understand that their life continues, and then after that, it was the next step, and I was very fortunate because my first next step, I met some extraordinary people. One who've just left about 3/4 of an hour ago in Justin.
Yeah, man.
Right? And you two guys guys were on my first walk.
Yeah, we said that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right,
it's
yeah.
on, isn't it?
You know, and
Justin
Yeah.
invited me along. He's like,
Yeah,
Steve's here. I was like, who's the fuck Steve?
yeah,
Yeah.
He's like, yo, you're going to love Steve. I was like,
Yeah, we were
who's
talking.
Steve, man? And then obviously, having met
think
you,
there must-
I'm like, I
I
fucking
think
love
there's about
Steve.
10 of us when I
And
first
as everyone
walked,
loves
wasn't there?
Steve, I can see right in there,
Yeah.
love Steve.
but yeah,
Well, mate, honestly,
know.
it's appreciated. I'm with you. But I feel that's the best part of the movement,
Yeah.
Walk and Talk for Men. And I hope that the cave adopts your philosophy, yours and Justin's philosophy,
Yeah.
which we've heard from Justin already, and from you now. If we need infrastructure,
correct.
we need
Yeah.
infrastructure because it's all
Correct.
good
Yep.
walking and talking, and
Yep.
we need more of it, and we should hundreds, thousands of people doing it. We need space.
Yep.
And we talked about this. Me and you rant at each other about this every time we
Yep.
see each other. We need that, and the community. So this is about St Neots and the benefits of things for people in St Neots and their mental health. Back the spaces. If there's opportunity and you see something come through your door, or something on the internet, or a poll or something, or I don't know, however these decisions are made, there's always a debate around that. Make sure you back infrastructure that serves humans in our community.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Actually creates safe spaces. We've heard a lot of that today, haven't we?
Yep.
Safe
Absolutely.
spaces, community. We've heard the words.
Yeah.
Where's the action?
Yep.
We want to see it. Well, you started that movement.
Yep.
You took a big leap. You said we're going to do something else. Because one next step after walk and talk is to walk to
Yeah.
the man cave, and the man cave needs to be supported.
And
what,
again-
what do we need to do as a community to support you?
We need volunteers. Right? We need people that are going to actually drive it and run it. You know, the likes of us. Right? We're people to put the infrastructure in place.
Yeah.
Right? If we're actually managing these facilities, right, then we're not moving things forward. Right? So we've got to find people that can run the groups. It's the same as you've decided now that you need to expand. You need to put more groups out there. You can't do them all.
I'm not doing them anymore.
So now you've got to find the
Oh, yeah.
facilitators that are going to
Yeah,
pick
exactly.
it up and
I won't do
pick it up
anymore.
and
I
run
thought
with it. And the cave's the same.
Yeah.
Operators.
Right? If we start, if those people that have set it up and put the foundations in place start to drift away,
Yeah.
it will disappear.
Absolutely will, yeah.
It will disappear because it can't fall on one person's shoulders.
And and the benefits to you, and I'll look to the camera for this because this will be snipped. All of these interviews are being cut and they can be
Yeah.
used and put out in the right way and maybe in the right places, maybe right down the face of some of the right places. The benefits to you as a member of the community of St Neots, of volunteering. I met a wonderful man this year, and he's promised he's going to come down to see us. A guy called Darren Murinaz, his name is.
Okay.
Stephen Ferguson met him when we went down to Anthropy.
Yeah.
His story is phenomenal. He's from Liverpool, born with a visual impairment, so 90%, into care. Went from care into drugs into crime into prison. 5 years in prison into homelessness.
Wow.
6 years of homelessness into volunteering. Now, what got him was a slice of pizza and a Tesco voucher, £5 Tesco voucher for a slice of pizza. And he came into a safe space. Important point there, a safe space like the cave, where you can always go get a brew and a biscuit.
Yeah, yep.
Or I've said it all day. Green room's there, lovely.
Yep.
Come and have a brew and a biscuit. That's
Yep.
my invitation. Come and have a brew and a biscuit. That can be enough. Darren Murinaz, to this day, has set up something called Expert Citizens CIC, it's a community interest company, where he helps governments in the area of Stoke-on-Trent, which is where he's operating now for 10 years, and National Lottery backed, big CIC, and they bring together lived experience people to advise
Absolutely.
governments on how
Peer
to do
sport.
things. And I can tell you now that just stopping for a minute, take an hour out of your life and go and volunteer, spend a bit of time in a space like this and say, hey, Steve, I'm happy to do the admin or the social media, or I can do we don't need you to do everything. Just come and do something.
Yep.
Just put your hand up once in a while, and the benefits for you are endless. The network you build, the communities you find, the opportunities that will come from that.
Satisfaction
endless.
you get.
Yeah, it's just endless. The benefit is just endless and endless and endless. Danny Bridge is on soon. She's coming to co-host from
Yeah,
6
she is,
to
yeah.
8. And something we were ranting at each other, was a bit like whenever we see any of you guys, because we give a shit.
yeah.
We all just give
Yeah,
a shit.
absolutely.
When
Absolutely.
people give a shit, they tend to rant at each other
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And Danny Bridge and I both agree, and I think you guys would back us up on this. We think every single person that leaves school should do at least 6 months of social care to
Oh,
learn what
yeah.
it feels like to look after another person.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I think the benefit of that to a society and a community is endless, but you don't need for that to be a mandatory thing. Just do a week. Just do something for your bloody community. I know, sorry, I've just
no,
been
no,
a
no,
rant
I
there,
absolutely agree.
But honestly, if you do that, that's all you need, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
You
Absolutely.
need leaders.
Yeah.
You need someone to do that. Put your hand up.
Yeah, and that's what we are. You know, we're volunteers. We
We're
put
all
our
reluctant
hand up.
leaders,
We're there.
let's be honest.
We're there to. You know, we will be shot at. Right. You know,
Yeah.
there's not a problem. But there comes a point in time where, you know, like it's like any. When I was in manufacturing, if I wanted to get a promotion, I had to have somebody to take over from me because there was no way I was going to get promoted unless there was someone to do my job. Right. And if we want to expand on what we've got, you know, the walk and talk for men, that's we've already got it. If Justin and I walked away from walk and talk for men,
I'd be
St.
fine,
Neots,
done.
Oh, yeah.
it'll carry on.
Got 20
Yeah,
other people to do
Because
it.
we've got people that will step in and do it, right? And that's what we've got to find with the other groups, right? Is we've got to find people that are going to step up and continue, right?
They'll come.
You know,
They'll come. They'll
Yeah.
come.
fingers crossed.
2023 is the
Yep.
year. Sam, I don't know if you heard Sam's
Yeah, I heard
share
Sam.
earlier.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
see him, give him a hug.
yeah.
Yeah.
Met him yesterday the
I
first
saw.
time.
I've been talking to him in the
bless
green
him.
room.
Lovely
Yeah,
lad.
But,
yeah.
if you know, Sam's word for this year was inspire.
Mm.
My word for this year's action. What's your word?
Retire.
There you go. There you go. Brian Dobson's on the thing as well. I'm loving all this.
And I'm going to say here publicly in front of you, thanks for all your support with my for men's talk, mate. Means everything more than you'll ever know, and I really do mean that. And us men don't say this very often, so I'm going to do it now, mate. I love you very much. You mean the world to me, mate. So thank you so much.
Luke,
Romance.
you're an inspiration, my friend. Right?
So are you, mate.
What you do, right? and the way you go about it, and the way you do it, and you're going to need support.
Oh, I know.
All right, and you know, don't look at Alex. Right? Don't look at Alex. If you want someone to run the St. Neots group, we've got people to
I
run
know
the
you
St.
have,
Neots
yeah.
group. If you need to take time out for Biggleswade or
Yeah,
wherever,
yeah. I know.
there's people there that can. do it.
I know there is.
Right. You
I
know,
know there is.
let's keep it going, mate.
I know.
Let's
Thank
keep
you.
it
Let's all
going.
retire. I'm sort of action. I'm in for a retire. I'm inspired, man. I'm inspired.
Oh,
to
that's 3
retire.
times I've cried today. Oh, no. That's maybe 4.
Steve, we've been on a bit of a roll. Well, firstly, no, we can't let you go without talking about the challenge this week,
Yes,
the Walk and Talk for Men challenge. So we're
That's
double bubble this week.
that's it. We have
As always,
indeed.
same as last year.
Yeah, so this week the walk and talk guys, 20 of us, are intending to walk uphill from Land's End to John O'Groats.
Yeah.
837 miles, 42 miles apiece. The challenge started at midnight last night and finishes at the walk on Sunday.
Challenges to start up midnight. Hey, who'll do that, eh?
Yeah, well, they've had 10, he's done 10 miles.
Yeah, but we're doing a week. You're only doing 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm doing that challenge with you. I'm in the bloody challenge. I've got 6 days left.
I've done your miles today. Don't you worry.
Brilliant.
All right. Ask the question of Courtney. I've asked the question of everyone. What are you going to tell yourself a year from now?
I am going to tell myself that I made the right decision.
Love that.
I love that. That's like
Yeah,
there's a lot there in retirement.
there is.
Yeah.
And
Well-
it's going to beach with.
But is retirement the answer?
No.
Right? I've got decisions to make,
Yeah.
and I've got to make the right decision.
Absolutely do.
And you will make the right decision.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I
I'm
agree
sure I
with
will.
Whatever it is,
I'm sure I
it's
will.
always the right
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah.
And I'm going to echo the shout out from Steve, because I having got to know. Actually, I think it's the live-a-thon that kind of prompted getting to know your lovely wife, Fiona.
Oh, Fiona, yes.
And
And we
absolutely.
need to arrange a dinner or something.
Yeah.
don't we?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
We're always
Yeah.
so busy. We just need to stop for
Yeah.
a moment, don't we? At some
Yeah.
point, we just
Yeah.
need to stop.
Is that
We've
not
been
what?
there.
Is that not what Rachel said?
Yeah,
I'm walking.
I
I'm walking
know.
across the back of Paxton Pits
Yeah.
on the way here,
Oh, really?
and I'm listening to Rachel and the conversations that we had
Yeah.
for men to talk early
Yeah.
days. You know, I wanted to downsize the business. I wanted to get
Yeah,
out.
I remember.
And it was this man, right, when he was sitting there playing with his Lego with his cushion in his lap, that said to me,
Still do it.
That wrong with that?
he said to me, "Do it."
I just
Right.
literally told him to do it. I said, "What if you?" Because he told me I'll still say
I
have the
remember
same
the
amount of
stress
money.
you were in then, man.
If you told me you'd be having the same amount of money if you downsize your business than you do now. I went, what are you doing then? Literally 3 weeks later,
Sometimes it takes
downsize.
that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes
Yeah.
that.
So
Without a doubt. But you know, it's yeah. So
Bless you,
yeah,
man.
I'm not making any mistakes. I'm gonna make the
No.
right decision, and it'll be the right decision for Fiona and myself.
absolutely,
Look at that. Look at that. So
Mr. Whitney is not retiring. I won't allow it.
sort him out.
Oh, no wonder she lets you go out so often.
Right, wicked. Well, Steve, appreciate you, man. As
Love it.
always, let's get you signing that piece of paper. Hello,
Yes.
Troubles. Hello, you all right? Come on in.
Hello.
Come on in. Come on in.
Oh,
We've got,
Comes.
we've got a signed shirt and
Yeah,
you win your
we're gonna-
selfie.
We're going to break, and then we've got Naomi's just arrived. You can't see her. We can. We'll be back with you in 3 minutes, guys.